Aaron, I know you had some tough decisions to make with the roster. You included Will Warren on the roster. Just why do you think his stuff will translate to the bullpen, and how do you expect to potentially use him?
Well, I mean, really, a lot of different roles could pop up for him. But, you know, feel like there's some pockets where he could be really effective for us. It might be in a short burst. It might be in a situation where we need length. It might be in an extra inning situation where you're out of pitching and you got to roll. So, you know, he's pitched really effectively all year, and you know, and kind of him. He's on his fourth day today, so you know, for most of the series, should be in good shape to be able to, you know, give us what we need. And
you said yesterday already it was likely going to be Goldschmidt. How do you weigh Goldschmidt against lefties this year and Ben Rice, what he's done lately, because he's been one of the hottest hitters on the team?
Yeah. I mean, Goldie's going to play against every lefty we face. I mean, that's pretty easy call. And, you know, Ben's obviously a huge part of our offense and has had a phenomenal year and is hot. And, you know, but I think part of that is he's faced the people he should be facing too. Like, you know, so he'll be back in there tomorrow against Bayo, and obviously we got a really good chip over there sitting on the bench, hopefully in a big spot as well.
Second row on the right, Roland.
Aaron over here. I know you have bigger things at stake in just winning the game, but can the baseball fan in you sort of appreciate maybe for the fans or for the game, you know, an ace versus ace matchup that you're getting this, and also like the Crochet Judge kind of battle of the Titans, kind of just those two big guys going against each other? Is there a part of you that if you separate from your stakes that can appreciate that?
Yeah, a little bit, you know, but yeah, it is about winning the game. But certainly I love the game. I love the sport, the history of it all. And you understand that there's definitely some intriguing matchups within the game that hopefully is something that is great for our sport, you know, especially if we come out on top.
You go to the far right over there to Andy.
What are some of the particular challenges of managing against Alex Cora?
As I said yesterday, like you know, they always do a good job of the game within the game, you know, so they're gonna, you know, you got to make sure you're buttoned up. They're gonna exploit and find every little small advantage they can. I think, you know, I think he's also a tremendous leader, and they kind of take on his personality, and I think they play hard for him and play a lot for him. And that's a tribute to kind of who he is and how he runs things. But you know, you got to make sure you're buttoned up when you go up against them, and that's in large part due to his leadership.
Okay, and second row on the right.
Aaron, how much tougher are some of these lineup decisions for a 3-game set as opposed to a 5 or 7-game series?
I don't know. I don't think any tougher necessarily. You're trying to win the game, so whether that's in a 5-game, in a 3-game, you know, so I guess obviously there's more urgency, and just by definition in the best of 3, but nothing changes in lineup decisions when you're, you know, doing it's playoffs. You're doing all you can to win.
Okay, we're going to stay on the right, standing in the back.
Aaron, when hitters step into the box in the postseason, people talk about the need for them to make the moment small. Given the magnitude of the stakes, how hard is it to actually do that? Yeah, I mean, that is one of the challenges. That's the life of a big leaguer. You know, it's getting to the big leagues and learning how to control that in a regular season environment, learning how to control that as a young player trying to find your footing. Boom. Now fast forward to the playoffs. It's just that's what sport is. That's what major league sport is. Whether it's, you know, our sport, golf, football, you know, you're trying to control situations and slow things down as best you can while also playing fast and playing, you know, like a major league athlete. So, some are better than others, obviously, but I think it's an important component to have.
Okay, Jorge on the right.
Aaron, going with Rosario at second base, is that strictly a matchup decision, or is Jazz still hurting a bit here?
No, Jazz is doing well. I mean, obviously got smoked pretty good, but I wouldn't hesitate to use Jazz. So he could be in this game early. But yeah, I mean, obviously as tough as Crochet is, he's been especially tough on lefties. So there's no great matchup. Ahmed does have some good history with him, has hit him well and faced him a lot this year. So felt like I wanted that extra right-handed bat in there. But no, Jazz is good to go and will be ready to go. And also with Max going, want the strength on the left side with my defense. So, all those kind of things come into play.
Which leads to me asking about McMahon versus Caballero. You've talked about Caballero being such an important weapon off the bench, being able to deploy him in different spots. Why go with him?
Again, just to get another righty in there, but as great as Mac is at third, Cabby's great at third too. So we're talking about a really good shortstop that, third might even be his best position, so that he can really defend over there as well. So that part, either guy I feel really comfortable with. They do it in a different way, but they're both really good over there.
Okay, Bruce in the front.
What is it about Rodon that leads you to believe that this postseason he can excel?
I think he had some really good moments last postseason. And I think going through an entire postseason with the Yankees in New York, I think really served him well. Like, you look at his outings last postseason, the first one against the Royals where he came out and struck out the side in the first and was kind of maybe then even a little bit overamped and it got away from him a little bit. I thought he really learned from that experience. His next one against Cleveland was really good. So he's, I think, really benefited from the experience he gained in the postseason last year. He's done a really good job since he's been here of learning from, some stumbles, learning from, some good times. And I think it's helped him in his experiences moving forward. And last year, I'm hoping that that serves him well and just really slowing things down, really controlling moments, because that's an important thing to have.
Okay, we're going to go in the back and the left. Tim?
Following up on your answer to Andy's question about Cora, when you say the Red Sox take on Cora's personality, what does that look like in practicality from what you see?
I don't know. I think there's an intensity they play the game with, an edge, an intelligence that they play the game with. Like, Alex has a good way about him as far as just having a really good energy and control of things, and I think his players follow that.
Okay, we're going to go here to Jake on the right.
This is your 7th postseason now. How have you changed as a manager since that first series against the Red Sox in the ALDS in 2018? Has your kind of approach to managing the ebb and the flow of October shifted at all? Has, like, the in-game management shifted?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like we talk about these players having experience, I as a manager, you have that experience to fall back on and hopefully to glean from and gain from. So tough to say how it's changed, or it just probably has evolved. And, the game evolves and the game keeps moving and changing in some way, shape, or form. Every team you go into the postseasons with is different, so, that factors in. Like, each day can be a little bit different based on, who you have on the mound, who you're up against, what kind of bench do you have, those kind of things. So hopefully I've evolved, but I don't know exactly how necessarily.
We'll take one more last one here on the left, John.
Yeah, Aaron, your team's relatively healthy. Obviously, Cole and Schmidt aren't here, but no new injuries, and it's been playing very, very well lately. Is the timing something that matters, and are you pleased to be coming in at this point?
I hope the timing's perfect, but when the dust settles, we'll know if it was, right? I feel great about our team. I've said to a lot of people, this is my 7th postseason. I think at this point where we are as a club, this is the best group we've gone in with. Like, the way we're playing, health, different ways to beat you. But it's all coming down to a best of 3. So we got to go do it and hopefully get to keep moving on. But I feel great about our group. I feel like they're playing with a lot of confidence. They're playing for one another. They trust one another. So should be fun. And hopefully we get it done.